The Technology Use Plan presentation by Group Iota will promote students and staff with technology integration based on our collaborative efforts. The technology planning can make significant gains in an organization's mission. Planning takes resources from the administrator and other staff members to make good decisions that will lead to productive planning for effective solutions. The Technology Use Plan has been broken down into 9 phases, with descriptions of the importance of technology which enable the organizations by improving technology literacy. The rationale in developing a technology use plan is to integrate teaching and learning with the process of motivating and inspiring students to achieve their goals. Also, shared values are important to enhancing our communication as well as staff input and how to organize funds. Providing a framework for infrastructure to accommodate the creative innovation that they need is another reason to develop a technology use plan. Who should be a part of the team and planning process? It is important to have the whole organization in the technology use plan to help distribute responsibilities as well as provide clear expectations in the planning process. The team consists of a faculty member, administrator, administrative assistant, system administrator, parents, and students, with all of their input and ideas considered. Also, there should be a business manager to review and analyze development on the plan. The first step in creating a technology use plan is to organize. This requires getting the stakeholders from the slide above together. The second step is to research. This part should involve conducting a needs analysis and investigating potential technologies to meet those needs. The third step is to put all of that research together and start to formulate goals, objectives, and a timeline that fit with your vision. The fourth step is to finalize the plan in the form of a finished product. The fifth and final step is to implement the plan, evaluate the results, and then revise the plan going forward. The vision statement. We envision using technology to further a learning community where students have access to a broad spectrum of educational technology applications that will allow them to be active participants in and co-creators of an experiential, meaningful, and relevant educational experience that develops critical thinking, complex problem solving, collaboration, and multimedia communication. Where teachers receive the training they need to become facilitators of a student-centered and interdisciplinary curriculum that integrates educational technology throughout while meeting standards of excellency in instruction and content delivery. Where administrators stay up to date with the latest applications of educational technology so that processes for teachers and staff can be made as efficient as possible, allowing the focus of the institutions to be on educating the students. Where all members of the institution draw from resources in the local community, experts, businesses, volunteers, professional networks to ensure that curricular goals are met. Where academic success goes hand in hand with technological literacy, preparing the student for a healthy and productive life. An important part of creating a tech plan is identifying goals and objectives that correlate with the school's vision statement and that stakeholders all have interest in. The goals and objectives cover a wide range of areas, from maintenance and support issues to addressing district, state, and national technology standards. A sample goal for the maintenance and support area could be that each building in the district would have a dedicated technology specialist available to the staff to help with technology issues and training. They would be in charge of updates and keeping the software and hardware running smoothly. An objective to help reach that goal would be to hold monthly training sessions for the building specialists. Another sample goal for curriculum integration could be for technology to be integrated into the curriculum once a week in lesson plans, in every department or grade level. A sample goal for the standards area could be a goal including the ISD student standards in lesson plans, professional development training to provide the background information and teachers can use this to add technological standards to their lesson plans. The goals and objectives should help guide the building or districts on their way to creating a successful learning environment where technology is embraced. The needs assessment. The assessment instrument will be a survey given to all stakeholders involved in the formation of a technology use plan. Each survey will have a group of 4 questions that are similar because there are commonalities in the group's needs. However, there will be some differences in questions pertaining to the stakeholders because a parent's response and needs may be different than a student or teacher. Educator needs may include having access to technology, learning and teaching 21st century skills, and receiving ongoing training for integrating technology into the curriculum. Student needs may include having access to the internet and learning 21st century skills that will help them in the future. Administrative needs may include training to use technology, creating a school-wide vision and common goals, and measuring the impact of technology on student learning. Parent needs may include the safety of their student while using the internet, their student having access to the internet, and their student learning 21st century skills. Here are some general areas to be assessed. The 5 main areas being assessed include administrative, curricular, support, connectivity, and innovation. The technology maturity model benchmarks was the resource used to establish the areas to be assessed. Number 1, administrative. This includes policy, planning, budget. Number 2, curricular. This includes the integration of curriculum and assessment, teacher and student use. Number 3, support. This is stakeholder involvement, administrative support, training, and infrastructure support. Connectivity. This is local area networking, district area networking, internet access, and communication systems. Finally, innovation, which is new technology. Assessing the needs of the stakeholders while establishing a technology use plan is very important because needs are identified and concrete goals can be created to fill those needs. Professional development. The 2010 National Education Technology Plan points to the fact that there is a large variation in levels of technological aptitude among teachers. Some teachers are willing to jump on the educational technology bandwagon, and some are not. How can those that are not get integrated into the connected classroom model? When designing an educational technology plan, one has to begin with an abilities and needs assessment of individual groups. Next comes an inventory of the technologies and applications that currently exist, and the decision on which ones to add and which ones to phase out. Once all that has been determined, it is time to make a plan on how to best train everyone in order for the institution to function effectively and learning outcomes to be high. As the chart shows, there are 3 options. Number 1, training sessions at conferences or workshops on campus provided by consultants. Number 2, teachers training teachers. And number 3, hiring a full-time professional development instructor. The planning team needs to decide on the option that is most effective, efficient, and sustainable for the institution in the long run. The technology plan evaluation. At the end of each school year, the stakeholders should get together to evaluate the technology use plan. The evaluation will be divided into 3 categories. Evaluate progress number 1. The first category is evaluating the progress of the technology use plan. Under this category, the stakeholders will be evaluating how well the plan has been implemented. In order to do this, an inventory form will be used to record what equipment is currently in the district, as well as any training that has taken place. Evaluate effectiveness. Number 2. The second category is evaluating the effectiveness of the technology use plan. In this category, the stakeholder will look at how the chosen technology is meeting the needs identified on the needs assessment. In order to evaluate this category, the stakeholder should complete a new maturity benchmark survey each year to identify if the chosen technology that is being used is meeting the needs identified on the needs assessment maturity benchmark survey. Ongoing research and plan modification. Number 3. The third and final category in the evaluation process is ongoing research and plan modification. In this category, the stakeholders will research any new current technologies to determine if there should be any modifications to the technology use plan of the district. Possible new technologies can be piloted on a small scale to determine if they would be effective on a district level. Also, research should be done to ensure that the current technology being implemented in the district is the most cost-effective option. The timeline for the technology use plan. The technology use plan will be done in phases. The first phase consists of creating the plan. This phase should take 7 months. You organize a planning team, 1 month. You conduct a needs analysis survey, 2 months. Research possible technologies to meet the needs identified, 2 months. And create a written plan, which is 2 more months. Again, in total, phase 1, 7 months. The second phase will be implementation. This is an ongoing phase since new technology will continue to be adopted and implemented. Implementation will begin immediately and move forward according to the plan. Within the first 2 years, all schools will be updated with the plan specified equipment. Within the first 3 years, all teachers will receive the minimum training specified by the plan as well. Implementation will continue as specified by the plan as the budget permits. The third phase will be evaluation and modification. This phase will happen with a formal meeting on an annual basis.